editor of HR Professional magazine. I'm here today at HRPA 2018 Conference and Trade Show, and I'm here with our award winner of the day, Parbudyal Singh. So he's kindly agreed to sit down with us and talk about the DHRP Award, or the Distinguished Human Resources Professional Award. So you were presented with that this morning. How did that feel?
Oh, it was very good. Thanks very much for having me here. And I want to thank the committee who went over my work and felt I was deserving of the award. Yeah, it was a good feeling to be in front of thousands of people getting an award that I was told it's the first of its kind to be given by the association. So that's a good feeling. Thank you.
And you were saying to me that most of your career has been on the academic side of HR, doing some pretty key research. So could you tell us a bit about your academic track record?
Yeah, I did spend some time in corporate, but you're right. Most of my professional work life has been as a university professor. I completed my PhD in HR at McMaster University at the turn of the century. And then I moved to Connecticut, where I was a university professor at the University of New Haven, and then came back to York University in 2004, and where I've been since. So over the past, almost 2 decades, I've done a lot of work in various aspects of human resource management. I get excited when I do research on current stuff and issues that affect professionals and HR managers and employees in organizations today as society changes. And I'm particularly interested in how our function and how HR practices actually help to change the organization for the better and help to change people in the organizations for the better. Most of my research has focused on pay systems, but I've also done research in other areas as well. I have 2 books that I've written. One is Strategic Compensation in Canada with Richard Long at the University of Saskatchewan. And my understanding, it's actually the leading textbook in Canada in compensation. And I also have another textbook with Monica Belcourt and some other authors on managing human resources, which is the intro text. So yeah, I have been very involved in writing, publishing, and doing research in human resource management.
And now every time I speak with an academic, we inevitably end up in the conversation of that gap between the research getting done and the research getting implemented in organizations. So I know you've been involved with the Human Resources Research Institute, kind of trying to close that gap and make more HR professionals aware of this research sooner. So can you talk to me a bit about that?
That's a good point. There are 2 ways we look at it. One, and they are complementary. One is we do research, but often it's with the HR community or the business community or the organizational community. So yeah, there is a little bit of gap between where we think we should be given the research and where we are. But that's just one route. On the other hand, we hear a lot of practitioners tell us that they're actually ahead of us in that they're implementing a lot of practices, many systems that we need to do research on. So as I said, it's a complementary process, but we're bridging that gap. And through HRPA, through it's the HRRI, through several organizations that actually encourage the 2 communities to talk. That's the academic community and the professional community. We're beginning to help each other in our own distinctive missions.
And what's next after this award win, this Lifetime Achievement Award win?
Well, things don't change a lot. I will continue to do what I do. It's actually an honor to be recognized with the award. The material that was in the portfolio that helped the adjudicators give this award, that stuff continues. I continue to do research I continue to teach. I enjoy teaching. I enjoy being in the classroom. I enjoy being at York University. And so I see myself being in that area for the longest while, teaching and doing research. There are other though. There are actually some quite there are a number of interesting ways we could take the profession forward, and so maybe that's where we need to go. For instance, I was talking with some colleagues after the plenary session this morning, and one of the things that's striking to a lot of us is the fact that we don't have a lot of HR professionals as presidents or as CEOs of organizations. I've helped to train thousands of HR professionals over my career, and most of them would plateau out at, they would get to VP, senior VP, and a few of them would get to as the president level or the CEO level in an organization. I think what we need to do as we move forward is to figure out why. What are the barriers affecting that movement to that next level? And to talk with those who have made it and, through some serious research and figure out what are the competencies and what are the capabilities required of HR professionals to cross that next ultimate hurdle. Because I frankly think the more HR professionals we have leading organizations, the better it would be for those organizations and society as a whole.
Well, thank you so much for making the time for us, and congratulations.
Oh, thank you very much. It was a pleasure being here.
Wonderful. I'm Liz Bernier, and this is HR Today.